Okay. I filled this up with a bag of beans and I put water. I filled the water up about an inch over the top and it just sucked all the water up. I was like, oh, that bowl's big enough. No, it's not. So in under an hour and 50 minutes, actually I got here about 10 minutes ago and I've been doing other stuff, making my coffee and whatnot. So in about 40 minutes, it sucked up all the water. I was going to soak these for 4 hours. So I'm going to get a bigger bowl and break out my steel bowl I use for my sourdough and try it again. Okay. Quadruple the amount of water. And yeah. Let these soak. It is 8:56. I'm going to give it another at least 3 hours. I'd like to do like 6 hours. So I'm going to soak them, let them soak for about 2 hours, change the water, 2 hours, change the water. Let's do that. Great, let's do lentils now. It's later in the afternoon. I've let them soak for like 8, 4, 5, 6 hours. I just put fresh water in because it's going to be another 15 to 20 minutes before I actually need it. So let's go ahead and, yeah. It doesn't really matter how I cut these. So actually, let's turn this on. Start warming up my pan here. Always eat the sticker. It's very, very good for you. I got some medium-sized onions. They should be okay. Let's off of this. Hold on. Just try to cut these quick so I don't get burning my eyes. Okay. We got that. Could cook these onions down. So I'm going to do like I do with the French onion soup, I think. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes. Let's move this around. I'm not going to put any oil or anything in first. I want them to build up some nice, what do you call it? I forgot the word. Build up in the bottom, let that sit for about 10 minutes, cook down a little bit, and then we'll start stirring and we'll add some oil. Gonna need, I should have cut some of the tips off. They are in here, that's not a problem. So, it takes off most of it because it does leave that. So, I'm gonna need all of this for my lentils. Let's go ahead and add it to the lentils. All right. It's already starting to smell good. And look how much it cooked down just in that few minutes. Okay. The onions are just starting to brown. There's still a lot of moisture, so we gotta let some of that moisture evaporate. So I'm gonna leave it uncovered for another 10 minutes or so. Get it dried out, so that way we start building that fond on the bottom. Fond was the word I was looking for. Start building this fond on the bottom because that's our flavor. And then we'll start adding our other ingredients. So I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. It's been about 12 minutes. 3 tablespoons. I guess I'm just using Vibes to cook right now. That's not a problem. The fond is built up pretty nice. Put some olive oil. Mix it around a little bit. I think we've gotten most of the moisture out. Got a nice amount of browning. So I'm gonna add my garlic. It is a clove of garlic. You don't have to put this much if you don't want to. I just really like garlic, and all this cooks down anyway, so it's not like it's not like you're gonna have pieces of garlic everywhere. All of this cooks down really well. So now I have olive oil and garlic with my onions, and the smell just hit me, and ooh, that's good. It's gonna make the house smell nice too. We'll see. My wife goes, ooh, that smells good. Then I'm in the right ballpark, right? So the plan here, make a pot of lentils, and that way I have food for like 3 or 4 days. I eat the lentils like this, probably with just some rice. So rice and lentils is a complete protein, so that's nice, and it just tastes good. Or at least I hope it tastes good. So let this cook for another about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll add the last ingredients and let it get working. Okay, speaking of Vibes, we put in this is hamburger deluxe with just a mixture of salt and pepper and a couple other things. I put in about 2 teaspoons of that. I put in, another 2 teaspoons of paprika. 2 teaspoons of cumin. I'm not sure about cumin, but I know that I use it in my other recipe for pabil. And it comes out really nice. I do a pork recipe that uses cumin. It adds a nice, it's a little bit dynamic of a flavor, I'm guessing. And then some chili powder. So another 2 teaspoons to taste. You don't have to use any of these if you don't want to, but I do. So give this a quick stir. Got the fond working on here. All our onions are nice and brown. Working up a nice odor here. Okay, we have our carrots and our potatoes. I decided potatoes would be a good addition, simply because they absorb so much flavor. And they do take a little bit to cook, so I'm adding them now. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna put them in, stir them around. Start letting them cook down a little bit. The carrots cook all the way down and like almost dissolve. It's not a big deal. They still taste delicious. Actually, when I made the lentils the first time, I just put carrots in, and the carrots came out delicious. They all had all of the flavors, and they were soaked in everything, and they just came out really fantastic. So adding all of this, I'm gonna let this sit in here for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna add the lentils and the vegetable stock. So I'm gonna be stirring this for a couple of minutes and then let it sit, because I want everything to be soft by the time I'm done, which it won't be that big of won't be a big problem, but I just want to make sure these parts get seasoned really well and everybody gets coated with the onion and garlic. So this is 32 ounces. Of vegetable stock, vegetable broth. I have 2 cups of water. I'm going to add 1 cup of water to begin with. My lentils are still in the water, so I'm going to drain them. Okay, so I'm having it at medium low, so I'm going to braise it up to medium. I want to bring this to a boil, let it boil for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then lower it, and then we'll simmer it for another 15 to 20 minutes until the potatoes are soft. When all that's soft and the lentils start to get mushy, then we're done. So the rest of the time is just waiting. Now we have to let it bring it up to a boil and do all that stuff. It's pretty easy from here on out. So that's the nice thing about this. It's a little bit of chopping up front, but after that you just have to wait. All right, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Bring it down to a simmer. It needs to simmer down just a little bit, so I'm just going to let it sit for another about 10 to 15 minutes on very low, just to let it simmer and cook off some of the moisture. But flavor's right. The potatoes and the carrots are soft enough that I can just smush them on the roof of my mouth. The lentils are really good. So just over an hour. It's done. I don't have to really do much. That's the nice part about it. Just let all the flavors merge together. Make sure the potatoes are cooked through. The lentils are nice and soft. It's mostly ready, just like I said. Cook off a little bit of that moisture. I like them a little bit more mushy, not dry, but a little less soupy. So that's good. So just a little over an hour. I have pot of lentils I'm going to eat for lunch or dinner, really, for the next 3 or 4 days. So saves a lot of time. I just pull out some, put some in a bowl with some rice, and I'm good to go. So that's good. We're done.